Eduardo Camavinga is a footballing prodigy. He made his Liga debut at 16 and impressed immediately, dominating Marco Verratti and Marquinhos in a game against PSG. Now, 18, he's developing into one of the most exciting midfield prospects in world football. But what kind of player is he, and why does everybody want to sign him? Born in Angola, Camavinga came through the Rennes Academy and is the youngest player to win a full international cap for France for over 100 years. He now ranks 107th by minutes played in Liga, with the next youngest player who played more, 20-year-old Benoit Moukounai of Monaco, a year and a half older. Now that in itself is remarkable, but in Europe's top 5 leagues, the only teenagers to have played more first-team minutes are Arsenal's Bukayo Saka and Barcelona's Pedri. And you don't play that much at that age unless you are very, very good, which his stats show him to be. He's in elite company for tackles and dribbles completed, while his pass completion rate, carries that move the ball forwards by 5 yards or more into the penalty area, and pressure numbers also look very impressive. But how does he actually play? Well, Rennes generally line up as a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-3-3, while also sometimes using a two-man midfield in either a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2. Camavinga plays on the right of the central midfield in each instance. They play a zippy style, full of quick, short passes and interchanges of possession. They also like to play on the front foot, with Camavinga crucial to their style and its successful execution. His role is largely transitional. He's the player who drops to collect the ball, turn and bring it out. He excels at doing this in tight spaces, using his quick feet, exceptional dribbling and control to burst through opposition presses or win free kicks. He's very good at taking the ball under pressure, even when it's hit very firmly, and this, together with that dribbling, makes him very press resistant. Think a young, lithe Moussa Dembele in his Tottenham prime. Camavinga is a bundle of energy. He will receive the ball, pass it, and immediately move. This means that even when his passing is conservative, he often then finds space to take the ball back in a more advantageous position. This way, he both recycles possession and is then in a position to do something more aggressive with it. He searches for opportunities to influence games. Camavinga is always looking to play forwards, through the lines, or carry it, even if there's more than one opponent to beat. And as a left-footed player operating on the right, he can drive balls up the pitch vertically or open his body and send passes out towards the left with ease. Defensively, he stands out too. His tackling is excellent. He often adopts a wide crouching stance before lunging forwards when the ball is slightly further from the opponent's feet. As a child, he was accomplished at judo, which might explain his balance, elasticity, and ability to dive and then bounce back to his feet. He's also a committed presser of the ball, another example of his energy and dynamism. As his numbers show, Camavinga could potentially grow as an attacking force. While he creates just over 2 shots a game, his build-up involvement is generally deeper, which is why he's not yet registering much in the way of goals or assists. And while he's generally very tidy, he can overhit passes in the final third. There's certainly scope to add a bit more guile and control to his passing. His defensive game could also improve. Being slightly harsh, Camavinga's numbers for blocks are low and for interceptions pretty negligible. This is in part because it looks like he'd rather make a tackle than wait for an interception. But his energetic pursuit of the ball could be shaped a little to give more rigour to his defensive positioning. And at 6 foot tall, he could do better in the air too. With that skill set though, it's little wonder that the young Rennes midfielder is already being coveted by the European elite. But Rennes are smart and aspirational, targeting European football again. And so Camavinga will not be cheap. That means only the usual suspects are probable destinations. And of course there are several reasons why Camavinga is such an attractive prospect. One being that he's still young enough to be malleable. He could play anywhere in a midfield 3 or 2, except perhaps as a genuine number 10. Now this means that top-level coaches likely look at Camavinga and see whatever they want to. A press-resistant defensive midfielder in a double pivot, an aggressive flanking midfielder who carries brilliantly and keeps the opposition constantly on the back foot, an energetic screener who will win the ball all game and then open it up with long-range passes. Camavinga can be any or all of these. He could slot into any of the big clubs that would be interested, perhaps not immediately, but gradually over 1 or 2 seasons, and while he would probably do well anywhere, his physical profile makes England a strong possibility too. And that is what makes Camavinga such an intriguing prospect. He could be the next Kante or the next Kovacic, but he could just as easily become a Fernandinho-style ball winner or a driving force like Paul Pogba, or some brilliantly talented combination of them all.